don't know, so that I'll make it brief. The Coalition for Digital Africa, we have been talking about this since many months when we had the launch in Ethiopia during the Africa Internet Governance, the global IDF in Ethiopia. So that was the time the Coalition for Digital Africa was launched. So it is an alliance. So, when we talk about coalition, so it is an alliance where we have now many partners together to have the commitment for expansion of internet in Africa, and also to develop the Africa's digital economy. So that is the coalition, because we believe that we should work together, and then as a coalition to achieve a greater results. So each organization is working, but if also we have a sort of coalition, we can achieve a greater result. So we have three main focus area when we talk about the Coalition for Digital Africa, three focus area. The first one is, again, linked to the DNS. So we see today that DNS is very important. If not, we have to remember many addresses before going to an equipment somewhere. So the DNS to be robust is also important. So the infrastructure used for this DNS is key in this coalition. Now we mentioned also managing connectivities as a focus area. So not just question of infrastructure, but when we mention connectivity, so people should be able to connect using their own language and then their own script. So this is the way we see also a meaningful connectivity. And then again, capacity development as a key also focus area, because it is very key. Some years ago at the beginning of internet, so we have to learn how to use a browser, how to use also a search engine. So all classes were for that. But today, capacity development is also important in many other areas. So these are the three focus areas for the Coalition for Digital Africa. So with this project, there are a lot of partners. So we have some key partners today in this Coalition for Digital Africa. We have some few here, the Association of African Universities. It is an organization with more than 400 members. It is the academia world, the association. We have AFNIC, which is also one TLD registry also cooperating on this one. We have AFNOG doing capacity development since many years now. So AFNOG also a partner in this. We have Africa CERT, Africa Computer Emergency Response Team. Africa Top Level Domain Name Organization, FTLD. We have FTLD also a partner. Association of African Telecommunication Union, ATU. We have the Secretary General at the opening session here. We've also, they are also partner in this Coalition for Digital Africa. And we have International Telecommunication Union, ITU, is also a partner in this coalition. The Internet Society also, LUSNIC, which is the Portuguese, Portuguese people will help me to read the full explanation, but it is Association of Portuguese Registry. Network Startup Resource Center, NSRC, also is a partner. We have Smart Africa. So from day to day, we have this list growing. So many people, when they hear, they are interested about being part of this coalition, because I think what they are doing also, it is something that is in other organizations' principle. So with this coalition, we call it like coalition, the program in our ICAN world, but we have a lot of projects in coalition. So I just want to share some of these projects in this coalition. Before that, we have at least these impacting countries. So the objective is to impact all the African countries. So, but currently, this is just a list of some countries already having the benefit of this project through the coalition, through different projects. So different projects. So it's not the same project in each country. So it depends on what we want to achieve in each country. And we have like one we call the IMRS, ICAN Manage Root Server. It is what we used to call the All Root Server. We have the root, but we have 13 servers managed by 12 organizations. So the cluster, IMR cluster, was one of the projects. So this project, the objective is to have 2 clusters, ICAN Manage Root Server clusters installed in Africa. And even before the launch of the project, so we had one installed in Nairobi in November 2022. So if you go to the web and you'll see that probably it's there, the impacts. We had the situation before the installation of this cluster, but after the cluster, you see that now most of the resolution. So Yazid talk about the resolution, because if you put an email, an address, a website address on our browser, so through the resolution system, we are pointed to somewhere. Now the time to make this resolution is become small. So the resolution is faster once we have the cluster installed, the first one, and then the second cluster will be installed in Egypt very soon. So we have also the initiative or project to support the ICAN Manage Root Server single instances. So the 2 clusters, one in Nairobi, one in Cairo, but also the plan is also to install single instances in other locations by next year. We are working with the Association of African University, like the exercise we did today. Like you test your email address, you have to see if your website is universal acceptance ready. Now we are working with the Association of African Universities. They have more than 400 members universities. So the objective is to have at the end of the project almost all the members of AU have their system ready. So they are sure that they will not lose email address, and then also communication through the email address. Their website will know the system. Like if they have a form on their website, this form should be able to accept any email address, so that the communication system is perfect. So in that project, we had 2 workshops. So we had the first one when we were launching this project in April in Ghana. And then also the AU used to have what they call the COREVIP, Conference of Vice Chancellor. So they used to have it every 4 years. So we took the opportunity of this conference in July in Namibia to have another workshop for some neighboring country and some university. And then we discover the issue with the system of this university, and then working with them to correct what they have to correct. So this is a project with them. So AU is leading this in partnership with ICAN, so that we have this system ready. These are just some pictures when we're launching this project, because it's not an ICAN project alone. We are working with partners. So it was a launch in Ghana. So we are doing a study, DNS market study. And then, we were able during the Africa Engagement Forum in July to share this information. We have a company, PowerSoft. So I'm sure that some of you, they have been in touch with you to discussion. So they are trying to provide a study, a report about what we have on the DNS in Africa. We had a report in 2016, published 2017. So it's like an update of this report. So we are expecting to have this draft report published by next month during the Africa ICANN meeting. So during the Africa space. So we used to have, for those who are participating in ICANN meetings, so the next ICANN meeting, in public meeting in Hamburg, so we'll have what we call Africa Space. So if you don't travel, if it is remote, you can also participate to that session. So we hope to hear more about the findings of this report during that meeting, and hopefully with your input, because ICANN will be expecting your input after the draft report is published. This is a process in ICANN generally. When we have a document, we have a public comment, so we get input from the community, from everyone, so that people who have produced the report, they can have some input, and if needed, to make a final version of the document. So we have also what we call the DNS roadshow. If you did pay attention to the presentation of Yazid, on his slide, there was a deadline mentioned on one of the slides, because countries manage, people managing CCTLDs, they have this option to have support to move to the signing of the zone. So this is what we call the DNS roadshow. So we see the benefit of having the CCTLD signed. During the days that we are here, if the CCTLD is not signed, it is not very helpful. So those CCTLD who are ready or who want to do that, there is one of the projects is focused on that. So if you go to the ICANN website currently, you can see a call, an announcement about this initiative. So we are receiving applications. So the deadline is the 30th of this month. So not sure if we can extend, but if you have the information, you can communicate to people at home currently so that they can go to ICANN website, and then even they can continue applying before the deadline, which is the 30th of September. And please go back to the ICANN website. If there is any update about this announcement, you'll get it. So we have already in this project had two activities, one in Botswana and then in Burkina Faso, where we are able to discuss with people in charge of this CCTLDs to see the current situation, to understand better the initiative or the protocol and what is needed to make to the to move to the signature. So I can tell you that this country, they are working now hard to have the CCTLD DNS signed. Another project is to help some CCTLDs in capacity development. So it's not the same team for each country. So depending on the need for each country, so the program is designed to address the need of each CCTLD. So it started with an assessment of this country. So it's a pilot, the countries we are there. So we hope to have more countries benefiting from this, what we call the capacity, the CCTLD development. And the partners you can see, we have ITU, you have the FTLD, NSRC, you have AFNIC. So these are the current partner on this project. We are working with ISOC, Internet Society, on also something we call the ISP development in Africa. ISOC is very involved in this internet exchange initiative. So we are currently working with them so for capacity development for organization managing this internet exchange point. So this is the key objective of this project on which we are working with ISOC. Also, there is a monitoring service level agreement monitoring system. So ICANN had a monitoring probe in South Africa. So two probe will is in this project to be deployed in Lagos, Nigeria, and Cairo in Egypt. So that is also the objective of this project. So again, this is what is the Coalition for Digital Africa. We are meeting with the partners regularly, and then also we are sharing common activities on which we can be focused. So we have some flyers at the booth of ICANN here, talking more about the project. But if you go to the website, for organization interested, we have what we call the guiding principle. So when you read the guiding principle and then you are interested, you can have the information, the whole document to explain. And then we have an email also, info@cda.africa. So if you want more information about the coalition, but I think we still have time to get some questions. So if you can take some question, we can continue. If you have some question, feel free to go to the microphone. We are here, and then still tomorrow also. But if you don't have question, I'll hand over to Marcos, the master of ceremony. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. I think we've got to the end of today's program. Let's clap for ourselves. Well done. Well done.